Question number 171. Select the odd one with respect to hormones of fight or flight. And these hormones of fight and flight are known as catecholamines, which are what? Epinephrine and norepinephrine. And these catecholamines, which are released from the adrenal gland, they perform what? They'll stimulate piloerection, pupillary dilation, increase in heart rate, or increase in respiratory rate. So the correct answer to this question is option number 3, that is decrease in heart rate, because these catecholamines are also known as emergency hormones, which are released from the adrenal gland, are responsible for increase in heart rate or increase in strength of heart contraction, and not in decrease in heart rate. And the other 3 options, that is piloerection, pupillary dilation, and an increase in respiratory rate, are the functions of hormones of fight and flight. So these cannot be the correct answers. The odd one out among the given options is option number 3. So the correct answer for this question is option number 3. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 172. Underproduction of hormones by adrenal cortex alters carbohydrate metabolism, causing acute weakness and fatigue, dehydration, and metabolic acidosis. This disease is called, and as it is a direct line from your NCERT book, the correct answer to this question is option number 1, that is Addison's disease. All these symptoms are due to the underproduction of hormones from adrenal cortex, causing a disease. It is because of the hyposecretion from adrenal cortex, causes a disease known as Addison's disease. Let's discuss other options also. The second option given is Cushing's syndrome, and it is because of the tumor of adrenal cortex, which will lead to high cortisol level to produce Cushing's syndrome. So this is an incorrect option. It is because of the hypersecretion from adrenal cortex, whereas Addison's disease is because of the hyposecretion from adrenal cortex. Addison disease is caused because of low cortisol level, whereas Cushing's syndrome is because of the high cortisol level. The next option given is Cohen's syndrome, which is also known as aldosteronism. Cohen's syndrome is due to the hypersecretion of aldosterone from an adrenal cortical tumor. So this is also an incorrect option, because Cushing's syndrome as well as Cohen's syndrome is because of the hypersecretions, whereas Addison disease is because of the hyposecretion. The last option given is adrenal virilism, and this is also an incorrect option, because adrenal virilism is due to the hypersecretion of sex corticoids. So, Addison syndrome is due to the hyposecretion or underproduction of hormones, whereas the other 3 options are because of the hypersecretion of hormones. So, the correct answer to this question is option number 1. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 173. Which of the following are considered as chemoreceptors in humans? And the very first option given is gustatoreceptors present on tongue. And as it is a correct statement, so this is a correct answer to our question. Gustatoreceptors are the chemoreceptors which are present on tongue. The next option given is olfactory receptors present in gut, and this is an incorrect option because olfactory receptors are chemoreceptors but they are not present in gut but are present in nose. So this is an incorrect option. Why? Because they are not present in gut but in nose. The next option given is organ of Corti in internal ear, and this is an incorrect option because organ of Corti is not a chemoreceptor but it's a phonoreceptor. The last option given is Meissner's corpuscles present in skin, and this is also an incorrect option because Meissner corpuscles are tangoreceptors and not chemoreceptors. So the correct answer to this question is option number 1. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 174. Select the correct match, and the very first option given is A band and the match is presence of myosin filament only. And as it is an incorrect match, so this cannot be a correct answer to our question. Because as you can see here, this A band consists of actin as well as myosin filament. The next option given is sarcomere and the match is region between two H zones, and this is also an incorrect match because sarcomere, which is the structural and functional unit of myofibril, is the region between two Z lines and not between two H zones. So this region is known as sarcomere. The next option given is I band and the match given is structural unit of muscle fibers, and this is an incorrect option because structural and functional unit of muscle fibers is sarcomere and not I band. The last option given is M line and the match is divides A band into two equal halves, and as it is a correct match, so this is a correct answer to our question. As you can see here that at the center of this A band here, a comparatively lighter area is present which is known as H zone, and a dark M line bisects this H zone which is known as M line. So this M line dissects H zone and this H zone dissects A band. So we can say that this M line divides A band into two equal halves. So the correct answer to this question is option number 4. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 175. Motor speech area called Broca's area is situated in which lobe of cerebrum? And this is a direct question because this Broca's area or motor speech area is present in frontal lobe of brain. As you can see here in this diagrammatic representation of human brain, this Broca's area is present in frontal lobe which control the motor aspect of speech. Let's discuss other options also. The next option given is parietal lobe, temporal lobe and occipital lobe, and these are the incorrect options. Parietal lobe is where feeling of touch, hot, cold and pain are registered. Temporal lobe help in decoding and interpretation of sound, whereas occipital lobe reports the sensation of light. So the correct answer to this question is option number 1. Let's discuss our next question.